Members, meeting resumes. Mr. Lam Cheuk-ting, please come down immediately and return to your seat. First warning. Mr. Lam Cheuk-ting, second warning. Mr. Lam Cheuk-ting, your conduct is grossly disorderly. Please leave the conference room. Staff members, please remove Mr. Lam Cheuk-ting from the conference room. Dr. K.K. Kwok, please return to your seat. Dr. K.K. Kwok, please don't push the security guards. If you continue to do so, you are breaching the law. I witnessed your act of pushing the security guard. I have to warn you, it is a breach of the laws of Hong Kong. First warning, Dr. K.K. Kwok. First warning. Second warning, Dr. K.K. Kwok. If you continue, you are breaching the laws of Hong Kong. You may attract a jail term of 12 months. Please do not charge. Please do not charge. I saw you pushing. Please don't push the female security guard. I warn you again. Please don't push the female security guard. Dr. K.K. Kwok, please leave the conference room. Dr. K.K. Kwok, please leave the conference room. Mr. Alvin Yeung, please don't push. If you continue to push, you'll be breaching the laws of Hong Kong. You are now obstructing the meeting. Mr. Alvin Yeung, if you continue to charge, you are breaching the laws of Hong Kong. Mr. Alvin Yeung, first warning. Mr. Alvin Yeung, second warning. Please return to your seat. Mr. Alvin Yeung, please leave the conference room. Mr. Wu Chi-wai, first warning. Mr. Wu Chi-wai, please return to your seat. Mr. Wu Chi-wai, please leave the conference room. Mr. Wu Chi-wai, please leave the conference room. Mr. Jeremy Tam, please don't push. Please don't push the security guards. Please leave the conference room. I'm warning you once again. Please leave the conference room. Mr. Jeremy Tam, please leave the conference room. Let me say this once again. Dr. K.K. Kwok, Mr. Alvin Yeung, Mr. Wu Chi-wai, Mr. Jeremy Tam, please leave the conference room. Mr. Siu Ka-chun, please return to your seat. Please return to your seat. First warning, Mr. Siu. Mr. Siu Ka-chun, second warning. Mr. Siu Ka-chun, please return to your seat. If not, I have to ask you to leave the conference room. Mr. Siu Ka-chun, please leave the conference room. Mr. Lam Cheuk-ting, please don't damage the public properties. Mr. Lam Cheuk-ting, you are damaging their public properties. It may also cause other members to slip, so please stop such vandalism. Mr. Lam Cheuk-ting, please stop. Please leave the conference room. Members, please stop doing anything that hurts yourself or other security guards. Colleagues, please return to your seat. Mr. Ray Chen, please return to your seat. First warning. Mr. Charles Mock, please don't carry out a live broadcast. First warning. Mr. Ray Chen, second warning. Mr. Ray Chen, please leave the conference room. Please leave the conference room. Mr. Charles Mock, first warning. Mr. Charles Mock, stop the live streaming. Dr. Helena Wong, please return to your seat. Dr. Helena Wong, please return to your seat. Please don't obstruct the meeting. We will proceed to the balloting. Dr. Helena Wong, please return to your seat. Members, please return to your seat. Everybody should avoid unnecessary scuffles. Mr. Charles Mock, second warning. Mr. Charles Mock, please return to your seat.
Mr. Charles Mock, please leave the conference room. Ms. Helena Wong, please return to your seat. Ms. Helena Wong, this is the first warning. Please return to your seat as soon as possible. Mr. Leung Yiu-chung, please return to your seat. We have to start the meeting. Ms. Helena Wong, this is the second warning. Please return to your seat. Ms. Helena Wong, please return to your seat. Don't make things difficult. Ms. Helena Wong, please leave the conference room. Ms. Helena Wong, please leave the conference room. We will start the voting. Members, please stay at your seat and wait for ballot papers to be distributed. If you do not, you will not be distributed a ballot paper. Please wait for the staff member to distribute ballot papers to members at their seats. If members would like to change their ballot papers, I will give instructions. After members have affixed the chop on the ballot paper, I will announce that the voting process will stop. There won't be any more ballot papers distributed. Ballot papers will be collected. Members will have to personally put their ballot papers into the ballot box. Unless you have done so, please do not leave your seat. Members, you can see on the screen on this side the list of candidates. Mr. Lang Yu-jong, please return to your seat. Dr. Fernando Zhang, please return to your seat. Ms. Claudia Mo, please return to your seat. Mr. Kenneth Lang and Mr. Joseph Lee, please return to your seats. Otherwise, you will not be distributed ballot papers. Please make use of the chance to express your views by returning to your seats. Any members who have not been given a ballot paper, please raise your hands, apart from those who are not at their seats. Any members who would like to change their ballot papers? If not, I announce Mr. Felix Zhong. Please give a ballot paper to Mr. Felix Zhong. As this is a secret ballot, please do not show the ballot paper to others. Members, please close the ballot papers. Ballot papers have been distributed. The voting is closed. Staff members will not distribute ballot papers anymore. We'll now wait for the number of ballot papers distributed to be recorded. Staff members have distributed 40 ballot papers. I now ask them to collect ballot papers. Members who have received ballot papers, please personally put the ballot papers into the ballot box. Please do not leave your seat before you do so.
OK。咁會等有少人嘅喎，你睇下仲有幾多個？邵家輝係因為係提名李慧瓊嘅，即係冇咯。你唔買正 ，OK。你可以睇咯。 毛孟靜邵家輝、毛孟靜，其他趕晒。
OK。嗱，現在請各位提
I now ask the nominators to come up to supervise the counting of votes. Mr. Shukafai nominated Ms. Darling Lee, Mr. Leung Yu Chong, and Ms. Claudia Mo.
現在請秘書咧係
I now ask the clerk to count the votes.
佢都會俾我睇㗎嘛。
然之後我成佢冇出嚟監票證。
啊，毛孟靜議員你
Ms. Claudia Mo? Well, if you would like to, you have to come up to supervise the counting. We now ask you to come up to supervise the counting of ballot papers. You have made a nomination.
係咪搞好啦？冇，如果冇，
我盡我責任請你
I'm doing my duty to ask you to supervise the counting of ballot papers. If you choose not to, I respect that.
你唔係俾佢，你咪要舉佢。如果佢哋要，即係佢哋拒絕就算。
你要唱票得唔得？
係咯，1號。
你講。
Number 1. 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 I now ask the member who has been supervising the counting to return to his seat. I now declare that Ms. Starry Lee has received 40 votes. I declare that Ms. Starry Lee elected chairperson of the House Committee in the 2019-20 session. Meeting adjourned.